Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're all having a fabulous start to 2019 and enjoying your January so far. Today I have my top 18 candles of 2018 and a couple of honorable mentions. I have turned the candles around to add a little bit of intrigue to the video so you won't see what they are until I pull them out. My criteria for candles to be included in this video were that they needed to be a new scent, which the majority of these are new scents to 2018, or it is a new to me scent. I do have a couple of scents that had been out previously, but I had never tried them, so they are new to me scents. But for the most part, these are all new scents for 2018. You're not gonna see any of like the classics in here that we see every year, even though I love those scents and I burn them all the time. I did not include any of those in this video. Bath and Body Works dominated as usual, with Homeworx coming in with a solid 6 candles, and I even have a couple of Yankees that made the cut. I thought 2018 was a fabulous year for scents. It was actually surprisingly easy to gather essentially 20 candles that were my favorites from last year. I think we had a great year. Companies gave us so many great and amazing scents, and it was just wonderful. I'm not going to give in-depth reviews of each of these candles. 95% of these have been on my channel at some point in empties videos, and a lot of these I've actually also done sort of reviews on Instagram as well. There are a couple of these that haven't been on my channel because I never finished those particular candles, so I may give a little bit more information about those. Essentially what I want to talk to you about is why I love them, why they made the list. So if you're interested in seeing my top 18 candles of 2018, let's get started. One of the things that helps me decide which candles will end up in these top videos are how many times I repurchase them. So all of these candles are repurchases, some of them more than others, some of them I properly like stocked up on in case we never see the scent again. But all of these are candles that I burned once and I liked it and or loved it enough to want to buy another one to have to carry over. So that really is a big criteria for me. What I'm going to do is start with the honorable mentions and then go from 18 to number 1. A lot of the ones at the end of the list, like the 14 through the honorable mentions, are pretty interchangeable. They could have moved up a level or whatever. They were all pretty solid. I enjoyed them, I repurchased them, but just to kind of give the video some structure, I wanted to put them in order. The first honorable mention is Bath and Body Works Apple Garland. I just adore this label. I love the cardinal. Cardinals are actually North Carolina's state bird. Apple Garland is very similar to autumn, but to me quite distinct. Apple Garland has a warmth and a sweetness sort of similar to an apple would that's not found in autumn, and they both share the gala apple and the eucalyptus. I feel like autumn can have a bit of a harshness, but I felt like this one was just a lot sweeter and brighter and juicier, and I really enjoyed it. The strength and throw were fabulous, medium high, and the burn was great. The next honorable mention is Bath & Body Works Blackberry Tea Leaf. A lot of people, including myself, are very excited and hopeful that this was going to be Blackberry Bramble Tea repackaged, but unfortunately it wasn't. There are similarities. I think that this one and Blackberry Bramble Tea and Blueberry Pumpkin Patch all have that same berry spice blend, but this one definitely has a definitive tea note and a punch of orange citrus that is not present in Blackberry Bramble Tea or Blueberry Pumpkin Patch. So really it comes across as a citrus and berry slightly sweetened tea. The citrus makes itself known, especially when it's burning. The strength and throw was phenomenal, like a 9 out of 10. The burn was great. It was a faster burner, a little bit sooty, but otherwise wonderful. So really happy with this one. Number 18 is Homeworx Sea Breeze. First of all, just the label is absolutely gorgeous on this one. Really love it. It was really beautiful when it was burning. It really looked like you could see the sunset, and it was just really gorgeous. This scent was like a tropical island getaway. Imagine white jasmine flowers, a bergamot orange tree, that scent mingling with the salty ocean breeze. It was fresh, floral, slightly green, definitely more fresh than floral though. I got this sort of salty sea air vibe mixed with white floral. It wasn't masculine, soapy, or ozone at all. It had a medium high strength and throw, so really happy and impressed with that. And this was one of his 3-wick candles, which had just flawless performance, not an issue at all, and I really enjoyed this scent. Number 17 is Yankee Candles Frosty Gingerbread. Apologies for the glare. This is one that you wouldn't have seen on my channel because I purchased 2 medium jars in December and I finished about half, so it didn't end up being in my empties video, but this scent is phenomenal. Number 1 for Yankee, I could smell it. It actually had a strength and throw that was acceptable. I would say the strength and throw was about between a medium and a medium high, so probably about a 7. Very solid, very impressive, especially for a Yankee. And the scent itself is wonderful. It is like the perfect crispy crispy gingerbread cookie. It is not overly bakery like some gingerbread scents can be, but it's not overly spicy like some gingerbread scents can be. It is that perfect mix of just the right amount of bakery, just that right amount of like a thin layer of vanilla icing, and the perfect amount of spice, the ginger, the nutmeg, the cardamom. It's just wonderful, and really love this. I love gingerbread scents anyway, and so I was really impressed with this scent. Number 16 on the list is Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Donut Shop. This was a scent that really surprised me. This is partly doughy pastry bread, part sugared donut, and a hint of pumpkin spice. So it really kind of reminded me of like a pumpkin spice cronut. The strength is like a 7 out of 10. This scent would have actually been higher on the list, except it did have some burn issues. The first 2 burns of this really struggled. It didn't want to pull out, but then it did correct itself. Like without cotton balling, I just didn't trim the wicks. I let it go, and the 3rd burn through the last burn were absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever. It was like that over pour of the candle caused issues, but then once it got past that level, the burn was fine for me. But I know a lot of other people did have burn issues with this candle, and the burn issues are what kept it from being higher on my list. The scent was phenomenal. I loved it so much. If you like your bakery scents and you're willing to put up with a little bit of an issue the first couple burns, I still do recommend this scent. Number 15 is Bath & Body Works Watermelon Ice. I know this was not everyone's cup of tea, but I really enjoyed this scent. This really came across to me as a cucumber infused watermelon water, basically. If you've ever infused water with fruit like cucumbers or limes, that's what it reminded me of. I got a lot of that refreshing cucumber water with chunks of sweetened watermelon. It was so refreshing in the hot summer months, and it was so nice that it wasn't super sweet. It wasn't as sweet as watermelon lemonade, and it was just so much more refreshing and cooling, and I really enjoyed it. The strength and throw was great. The burn was great. Probably not going to be for everyone, but if you like a cucumber, really refreshing, cooling type of scent, I think you'd like this one. Number 14 on the list is Banana Split Milkshake. One, just super happy that we got a banana scent from Bath & Body Works. We just don't get enough of those in candles, period. For me, this one smelled like a banana fudge popsicle. The banana fudge, like Rocket Pops or Bomb Pops that they have. The banana does sort of tend to be more like artificial Laffy Taffy candied, of course, versus like an authentic banana. And there is a nice amount of chocolate in this that comes through, but it doesn't overpower or dominate the banana. After I burned this, I had to go out and buy a box of those banana fudge popsicles because it just reminded me of those so much. The burn on this one was great. Great strength and throw, like medium high. Really happy with this one. Glad they've brought it back in another rendition and hope that we see it again. Number 13 on the list is this Homeworx Lavender Vanilla scent. Again, sorry for the glare. This is one that you haven't seen on my video because it's one that I burn when I'm taking a bath, and so I haven't actually finished an entire candle, but I absolutely love it. If you've ever had Barrett Waxcraft's lavender scent, it definitely reminds me of his lavender. It's not necessarily an authentic lavender, it's not a sweet lavender, and it's not really a masculine lavender. I would say it's probably in between an authentic lavender and a more masculine lavender, but it's definitely not masculine. It's just wonderful. If you like your lavender scents, recommend this one. I haven't finished burning one of these yet, but I'm about over halfway through, and the burn has been fabulous. The scent throw has been about a little over medium, and I've just really enjoyed it. Number 12 is this Bath & Body Works Test Lab Candle in Garden, Arugula, and Verbena. Green scent lovers, rejoice. This scent is so wonderful. It is watery, fresh garden cucumber, green, fresh cut grass, and just a hint of like the uplifting and brightening verbena. If you don't like green scents, you're not gonna like this one, but I do, and it's just fabulous. It's very unique. It is probably the most realistic green, grassy, garden, arugula, cucumber kind of scent that I've ever smelled. It is just wonderful. Great burn, medium high strength and throw. It's definitely one that I picked up several of, and I definitely commend Bath & Body Works for going out on a limb really and creating such new and unusual scents in this test lab. I really enjoyed it. Number 11 is Homeworx Bahama Breeze. The name makes you think this is a tropical scent. It's not at all, in my opinion. This one has a crisp, tart, green apple note that dominates the blend, but then it's followed by a mixture of sweet and juicy fruits and a very subtle vanilla. There is also a subtle green, almost earthy bite to it, which could be the green apple, but it does kind of make me think of like a sweet basil or some other kind kind of like green note. It reminds me more of like a fresh fruit salad. So you got like green apple, kiwi, melon, mango, blackberries, all those are wonderful fruits, sort of like what this picture shows, mixed together. And it was just so surprising and wonderful, and I really enjoyed it. This one had about between a medium and a medium high throw, so about like a 7, very adequate, great burn. This was another 3-wick. Really, really loved this one and enjoyed it, and hope we see it again. Number 10 is Bath & Body Works Orange Chocolate Truffle. As soon as I saw this one showing up on people's Instagram as a test candle, I was super excited, and I really hope that this would smell like a Terry's chocolate orange, and it does. Now, does it smell exactly like a Terry's chocolate orange if you were to compare them side by side? No, but it evokes everything associated with the Terry's chocolate orange for me. You get this wonderful chocolate mixed with this orange extract and orange juice note. Orange extract can be very intense, so I'm glad that that note doesn't really overpower the blend. You also get this juicier orange juice and then that perfect chocolate that comes along with it and just blends beautifully, and I love it so much. So unique, so different than anything they've ever done before. The strength and throw was a little better than a medium, so about maybe a 6.5 as I recall. It did have some struggle when burning. It was a little bit slower to pull out overall, but the scent itself is so unique and amazing that it had to be on this list. Really, really enjoyed this one. Number 9 on the list is Bath & Body Works Popcorn Pine. Now, I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me on this one, but I loved this scent. I think a better name for this would have been Popcorn Garland, because it really just evoked this imagery of stringing popcorn and like putting it around a tree, even though I don't do that personally, but that's what it made me think of. You got this wonderful buttery popcorn and this very astringent pine, and that buttery popcorn somehow just worked wonderfully with the pine. I know it's an odd combination. It's definitely not going to be for everyone, but to me, it was really fantastic. Again, it's unique out of the box, and I just kudos to them for doing something so different and original that I've never seen in any candle anywhere. The strength and the throw of this was great, like 8.5, and the burn was fantastic. So number 8 on my list is Yankee Candles Vanilla Lime. Now, this is definitely not a new scent. This has been around for a long time at Yankee, but 2018 was the first time that I've ever tried this scent. First of all, I could smell it. It was between medium and medium high strength and throw, about a 7-ish, and the burn was fantastic. It was such a creamy lime scent, slightly sweetened, but it wasn't astringent. It didn't get anywhere close to being like a cleaner product, and I just fell in love with it. It is wonderful. I couldn't find it in a medium jar at semi-annual sale, so I picked up this 1-wick pillar just because I wanted to have it at least in some form, and I picked up a couple of boxes of tea lights. But if you've been around Yankee for a long time, you've likely tried this scent. For me, it was new. If you're like me and you tend to stay away from lime scents, then give this one a try, because again, it's just such a different take, and it was so creamy and juicy and sweet, and I really, really loved it. Number 7 is Homeworx Farmstand Cherry. This is a phenomenal scent. I personally don't think this necessarily smells like cherry, at least what I associate as cherry. To me, especially burning, this came across as this wonderful strawberry berry milkshake or smoothie. It was very, very, very creamy. I did detect a lot of strawberry, a lot of kind of red berries, definitely got some cherry in there, but it was mixed with strawberry and maybe even some raspberries. Like, it had this very red berry milkshake smoothie vibe to it, and it was just perfect, and I loved it. The strength and throw was a little better than medium. I would have loved it to be stronger, but it was still adequate. This is one of his 3 wicks. The burn was phenomenal, and I really, really hope that we see this one back again. It's just really fantastic. Number 6 is this Bath & Body Works Test Lab Candle in Lavender Cacao. Wow, this one is phenomenal. Lavender hot chocolate is essentially what it smells like to me, or like a lavender cocoa covered truffle. Both notes are definitely present. 60% creamy hot cocoa or hot chocolate and 40% of this really nice herbal lavender. It is delicious and relaxing at the same time. I love it. Just again, kudos to Bath & Body Works for bringing out these like unique blends that you just don't see. Medium high strength and throw, fantastic burn on this one. I definitely properly stocked up on this just because it was one that I was afraid that might not make an appearance again in the future. But if you like lavender scents and you like that hot cocoa and cream candle from Bath & Body Works, you kind of smash those together, and essentially that's what you get. Love this one, really impressed. Number 5 on the list is Homeworx Orchard Apples. This one was one when I smelled it on cold stip, I was like, you know, it's okay. It's an apple scent. Like, it's okay. But when I burned it, I was super impressed. To me, this was the perfect transitional scent from summer to fall. fall. The melon and the green notes in this scent really come through when it's burning, and that lends itself to think of like hot summer weather. But the apple notes in this push my mind to fall. So it's the perfect scent for late August, early September, when it was still really hot here, but I was wanting to start thinking about fall scents. It was just fabulous. It had a medium-high strength and throw, so it was really impressed with that. And this was a 3-wick that had another flawless burn. And if it's one that you've smelled and you're like, oh, it's just an apple scent, burn it, because it really, to me, changes quite a bit when it's burning, and the melon notes and the green notes come through a lot more. And I just think it was fabulous. Not to mention the label on this is just beautiful. Love this one a lot. Number 4 is Bath & Body Works Summer Terrace, and I would say a companion to that is Blue Winter Sky. These are very, very similar scents, although not exactly the same. This one does have a bit of peppermint, minty coolness that this one lacks. Summer Terrace is a scent that really surprised me. I didn't see any hype at all really on social media, and I burned it and I fell in love with it. It is so fresh, clean, watery, and refreshing. It is similar to the Blue Sage and Mint candle that came out last year or the year before, but it lacks the heaviness and the sharpness of that particular candle, and instead this has this crisp, watery sweetness. It really evokes the image of stepping out of a shower, or if you've ever gone to a beach house where they have an outdoor shower, it sort of reminds me of being in an outdoor shower. It's really hot all around you, but then you have this like cool, wonderful shower on your body. You're outside, and then of course you have this like clean, soapy vibe as well. It's just so refreshing. This one was also very, very strong, like a 9 out of 10. It had a fabulous burn, checks all of the boxes. Or I think Blue Winter Sky, especially when it's burning, is very similar to Summer Terrace. The peppermint note in this, that kind of cooling sensation, doesn't come out as strongly burning. I do prefer Summer Terrace because this one was a bit stronger than Blue Winter Sky, but they are really similar in their overall vibe. So love this one so much and highly, highly recommend it. Number 3 is Blueberry Maple Pancakes. Now this is one that you haven't seen on my channel, and it empties because I got about halfway through this scent and I just never quite finished it. This scent is phenomenal. It is blueberry bakery goodness. A lot of time blueberry scents can go very candied and the bakery notes can get lost. This is a fabulous balance. It is a quite authentic blueberry because the bakery note in this makes you think of a cooked blueberry. And what I'm really happy about, it's not overly sweet. Since it has maple in the name, I thought, oh goodness, it's gonna be a lot of maple, really, really sweet. And it's not. I really do think it smells like banana maple pancakes. Like if you have these wonderful blueberry pancakes with like fresh, warm maple syrup drizzled over it. I also think that this can smell like a blueberry muffin, fresh and right out of the oven. It is fantastic. I really, really hope they bring this scent back, especially because I didn't get any backups except for this one. So I'm really crossing my fingers that we'll see this one again. It is wonderful. Number 2 is Homeworx Limoncello Cupcake. This scent is multiple layers of lemon goodness. It is tart, zesty, sweet, and bakery all together. It reminds me of a homemade lemon cupcake that has this tart lemon curd filling inside, and then it's topped with this limoncello vanilla frosting. This one had a solid medium-high strength and throw, and of course as a 3-wick it had a fantastic burn, no issues. It is just a beautiful lemon bakery scent. I have melted and burned a lot of lemon scents in my day, and this one is fabulous. It reminds me somewhat of Destination Wax's Iced Lemon Biscotti, if you've ever tried that. It's wonderful. The other reason that this one is probably so high on my list is that my grandmother loved this scent. As most of you probably know, my grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. She's in the medium stages, and she doesn't understand my candles or my wax, but she apparently knows a good scent when she smells it, because this is a scent that when I burned it, the next day she actually requested if I would burn this scent again, and she doesn't do that. And I said, sure, let's burn it again. And she said, that smells really good. So it has this memory now attached to it, you know, which just makes the scent even more special for me. If you love your lemon bakery scents, I think you would love this one. It is phenomenal. Fingers crossed that we'll see this one again. And number 1, Bath and Body Works Pumpkin Peanut Brittle. This scent is phenomenal. So different, so unique than anything I've ever smelled from Bath and Body Works. Peanut butter is such a difficult scent to get right, and we rarely see it in candles or even vendor wax. So when I smelled this on cold stuff, I was like, oh, it's okay. Like, I was like, it's okay. But when you burn it, oh my goodness, it is wonderful. First of all, it's super strong, like a 9, 9.5. Great burn. It just smelled so delicious and yummy. Like, I literally felt like I could walk around and lick the air. That's how amazing it smelled. I definitely get that peanut brittle reference. You definitely get this creamy, wonderful peanut brittle kind of note. Does it have pumpkin? Probably not. I don't really think so. I didn't get any like pumpkin spice or anything like that. If it does have pumpkin, it just probably added a creaminess to it, but it wasn't like a pumpkin spice. But it's this really, really amazing, nutty, peanut buttery scent, and unique and wonderful, and I fell in love with it, and I definitely stocked up on it as much as I could and to try to find backups in case we never see it again. Highly recommend it. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. Those are my top 18 plus 2 honorable mention candles of 2018. Each and every one of these candles were phenomenal. I really just have to say that I think Bath & Body Works did a fabulous job last year of bringing us new, unique, and different scents. And some of them aren't going to be for everyone, but I just applaud them for doing that. And I'm really hoping that we see that trend continue in 2019. Overall, the labels of last year were fabulous. Homeworx brought us some amazing spring and summer scents last year. The 3-wick candles had a phenomenal performance. The scents that I mentioned here, I just love so much. And I even have a couple of Yankees that really, really impressed me. So I feel like last year was such a great year. Let me know in the comments below what your number 1 favorite candle of 2018 was. I would love to hear if you agree with the scents that I mentioned, if there are any that you disagree with, you're like, no, you could not tolerate that scent, or any that were your favorites that I didn't mention in this list. I always love to hear from you. I always love to hear what your favorites are. So let me know what your number 1 favorite candle was. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I will be filming my top 18 vendor wax scents of 2018. That video should be following this video pretty shortly. So if you've been looking out for that, that will be coming soon. Thank you as always for all of your support and your patience, as I know that I don't get videos up in the most timely manner, but thank you all for your support and for watching these videos and continuing to comment and like. I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you and enjoy getting to know you all. So thank you for that. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. Bye.